Open Your Eyes is brought to you by the Belize Bank. Our country, your bank.
Welcome to Open Your Eyes.
Start your morning right.
I'm Marlene Cuellar.
And I am Brighton Cott.
And thank you for joining us this morning.
It's Friday, Marlene.
Yes, it is. We've reached it, the end of the week at least.
Yeah. I know a lot of people have worked really hard this week and they're just looking forward to enjoy the weekend.
Yeah. You know, that's the balance in life, right? We work hard for 5 days, you get 2 days to reset.
Yeah. Definitely looking forward to this weekend in particular. I get to go play some young players. So,
oh, nice.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to it.
You're one of those people who look forward to more exercise. Good for you. No, but that's great, working with especially younger athletes and helping them to get better at their craft. But there is, you know, as people head out for the weekend especially, and I know the day's just starting, you got to get through Friday first. And as you head out, you know, one thing that we can recap based on yesterday's news is looking at the situation of COVID. And it is, of course, the continuous caution is that we still do have active cases of COVID-19 in the country. And while you may want to unwind and relax with friends, please keep in mind there's always the possibility of transmission. Right.
You always want to ensure that your guard is up. Be vigilant. Continue to practice social distancing measures. Wear your mask properly. If you have the cloth mask, you might want to change that out and get a surgical mask just to better protect yourself and your family.
This week we had a COVID death again, which of course is very unfortunate. Another family lost a loved one as a result of this disease. And we know yesterday the update was that there are 8 patients hospitalized, and there were about 8 patients hospitalized and 2 critical as of yesterday. And so the issue really is here, Brighton, I think, some people have that first vaccine, but that's not full protection. Many people have not been vaccinated, so they're not protected at all. And so while we may see numbers that appear to be low, the biggest thing here is that people can have COVID and not know. So they could be passing it on to you while you have been letting your guard down.
Yeah, and also critically important to notice that the first dose of the vaccine only provides you with about 50% efficacy. So you definitely need to go in and get that second dose so that your efficacy against the infection that comes with the virus itself is lessened.
And you know, these are the numbers from Wednesday with the COVID vaccination. You see that the vaccination is just about 500 people getting vaccinated a day. 11,000 people, almost 12,000 people fully vaccinated. You know, that's not where we need to be. We need to get people motivated to go out and get protected. It's so important.
Cannot stress enough how important it is.
Well, you know, it's interesting because when you watch international news, the clamor there is they're trying to get children vaccinated. In the United States, for example, there are cases now where teenagers have died from COVID-19 or complications due to COVID-19, and so they're trying to push to get more younger people vaccinated, and we still have vulnerable populations that have not accessed the vaccine. We understand that there is a sense of hesitancy in getting vaccinated, and that's happening across the world, but as we spoke with Dr. Hidalgo and several other medical professionals over the course of the past few months since we've gotten access to the vaccine, what you have to do is, of course, get proper information, not just like whatever a friend WhatsApps you or something strange that you see online. Make sure it's from a reliable source that you're getting your information. Talk with a doctor about the vaccination process itself. And ultimately, because it is up to you whether you get vaccinated, what you want to weigh is what are the risks associated with staying unvaccinated, potentially getting COVID and maybe developing severe symptoms, or also passing it on to loved ones that you interact with and having them contract it and developing severe COVID. So that versus the side effects that you may feel for a day or two, and then having a better level of protection.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. All right, so that's the reminder as we head off to the weekend. I know, feels like a buzzkill, but we are living in a pandemic. Let's not forget that.
We can't run away from it.
All right, we're going to get moving into our eye-opener for today, and our eye-opener taken from dailyom.com goes like this. Kindness expands the light within us and reaches out to touch the light in others as well. Kindness is an ideal that is easily accessible to all of us. We all know that a small kindness can make our journeys lighter and more enjoyable. Even bringing an instance of kindness to mind can put a smile on your face days or weeks later, or perhaps even inspire you to share kindness with another. Though it may seem simple to the point of insignificance, many cultures throughout the world and history have recognized kindness as a powerful virtue. It may be the simplest way to experience and share all the grandest ideals of humanity. We can make the choice to act from the place within ourselves at any time, while simultaneously recognizing the highest potential in another, the smallest of acts, nourishing the seed of hope in each soul encountered. We can be sure that we will receive a kindness in return, but giving is its own reward. Kindness expands the light within us and reaches out to touch the light in others as well, giving us all a glimpse of the glow that has the power to enlighten our world.
Absolutely. Marlene, when I think about this particular thought for this morning, kindness is something that reminds me of throwing, the impact that it has reminds me of throwing a stone or a pebble into a pond or water. The rippling effect that it has on people is just so amazing. It spreads so fast. It's like wildfire. When you spread kindness and you make someone's day better, that person instantaneously feels the need to make someone else's day better. And it spreads. And that's the type of positivity that we really and truly need in our community these days, considering all the different societal ills that we're battling, all the different economic hardships that we're going through. It's good to share that gesture of kindness with your loved ones, with your friends, and those who you encounter. Strangers on the bus, for example, just saying good morning or shifting down the aisle a bit just so that someone could fit on the bus. It's critically important to share that virtue with others.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and I think sometimes I can't say all of us, but sometimes I think people think that being kind means going out of your way and doing a grand gesture. And it seems, you know, if you're in a tough spot or if you're perhaps not feeling your best, it seems even more difficult to be able to do that. But it is the simple things. From like being mannerly or courteous to just being a bit more thoughtful about others. You know, I always remember that movie Pay It Forward and how that kind of had that very same ripple effect that you talk about. And it's such a powerful thing when you think about it. If I am able to do something kind in whatever way, it could be small, it could be big, it could be just something that I am capable of doing, and you then move on just feeling a sense lighter. Naturally, you're going to be able to share that with others as well, just in your disposition.
And sometimes you may not automatically see the returns of your kind gesture, but it comes back tenfold. When it's returned, it's such a blessing to receive after you've displayed that gesture to someone else. And when I think about it as well, I think about all the cultures across the world. It doesn't matter what your culture is, your religion is. There is some aspect of culture and religion across the world that has this particular virtue of kindness.
Yeah. All right, so that is our eye-opener for today, and we have our forecaster at the Met Service who's going to be kind enough to tell us about our weather. We have Angelia Guy on the line. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm good, and you?
Not too bad. It looks like a steamy day.
Yes, we have some moisture over the area, but just low-level moisture. So we expect that, if anything, we'll have only isolated showers occurring.
And what's our general situation for today?
Right, we have a relatively moist easterly airflow over the area. This moisture is generally in the low level, so we don't expect much development in cloud growth.
What are our temperatures looking like for today in terms of our highs?
Okay, high temperatures today will peak at about 88 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 95 inland, and about 80 in the hills.
And our lows?
Low temperatures tonight will range from a warm 82 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 75 inland, and 68 in the hills.
What about our general outlook?
We expect similar generally fair weather conditions with only these isolated showers developing.
And are there any advisories for today?
No.
How about some of our marine conditions? What is that like?
Okay, winds will be generally from the east at 5 to 15 knots, and the sea state will be light chop.
What's our 24-hour forecast looking like?
Okay, we expect generally fair weather with maybe 1 or 2 showers occurring at any location. Generally brief showers, if any.
All right, and lastly, of course, that tropical weather outlook. Is there anything we need to be monitoring?
Not at this time.
All right, we like that.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for the update.
Yeah, sure, you're welcome.
You have a great day and weekend.
Thank you, too.
Okay. There you have it.
Yeah, we're going to be having some hot and humid times ahead of us.
All right. And with the weather done, we are going to get moving into our show. We have a packed show lined up for you. It's going to be a fun Friday. And we're going to start off by learning about the U Report. Now, this is a program that young people can get involved in, and we're going to get all the details about it in the first part of our show.
And then we're going to be moving into the second part of our discussion this morning, speaking about Fermentation Fridays, which is a new business by Xander Bennett, a special pepper sauce that's created by himself.
All right, we also have an artist who's going to be talking to us about creating his own murals and paintings, and he also does airbrushing as well. So we're going to introduce you to artist Rafael Rodriguez.
And then we're also going to be speaking with artists, Punta artist that is, who just released a new music video about crime and violence. And this is Houston Alvarez. And
all right.
Definitely looking forward to these discussions.
Okay. Well, we're going to make you Punta and see for sure. All right. But that's what we have in store for today. But before we go to our break, we got our birthday shout out.
And we say happy birthday to Colville Young III. Happy birthday. We hope that you have an excellent one. We hope that you celebrate with your family and have a blast.
That's right. Happy birthday to you, Colville. And I also want to give a special birthday shout out this morning. We're saying happy birthday to that familiar face you see there. William Neal is celebrating his birthday. Make sure, I'm sure he's going to be inundated with love from all the people who he has contact with. Do enjoy your day, Will, coming from all of us here at Channel 5, and open your eyes. All right, we're going to go ahead and take a break, and we will be back in a few, so stay tuned.
Good morning, sweetie. It's time for school.
Are you a teacher or public sector employee who is thinking of owning your new home? Get the keys to your new home with Belize Bank's all-inclusive mortgage, the best financing option in Belize for your new home purchase or construction. Inclusive of all mortgage-related fees, no down payment, affordable terms, amazingly low interest rates. Visit our nearest branch to speak to one of our financial advisors to discuss how you can be one step closer to owning your new home. Some conditions apply.
Smart continues to expand its internet coverage countrywide to help you live a smarter life.
Our villagers are very happy. They are pleased to know that Smart went the extra mile to put a tower in our village so that our villagers can get live stream on their TVs and they can get their kids doing their online classes. I want to say to Smart, thank you for making it possible for us to get internet in Gardenia Village. We really do appreciate it.
Smart continues to take the internet and mobile services to communities across Belize. Now save even more when you bundle your Smart broadband with Smart mobile services. Smart, bringing people together.
And welcome back. We move into the first part of our discussion for this morning with two young, brilliant minds, where we're going to be speaking about U Report, what U Report is about, and how you can become a part of the You Report movement. Joining us this morning, we have the coordinator for You Report, Renata Samuels, as well as Erwin Wills, who is the content manager and ambassador for You Report. Renata, Erwin, good morning, and thank you for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you for having us, guys. Thanks for the warm welcome.
It's definitely good to see you guys. It's been a while, Renata.
I know it's been very, very long, but it's always nice to be and open your eyes and to see the warm smiles and to be welcomed with you guys. So I'm happy to be here. And the first segment, we have to start off with a pizzazz.
Early bird catches the most worms, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So Renata, speak to us about You Report. It's a social tool that is used to collect information. Can you give us more details about You Report and what it's all about?
Of course, no problem. So You Report is a free messaging tool. I like to express that. Free. F-R-E-E. So it does not cost you a thing, right? And so you do it through WhatsApp or Messenger. We're presently on the way going to talk to Digital and Smart about SMS. However, that's in the making. We're not going to touch that as yet, but good things are coming. Good things are coming.
Yeah.
But yes, so it's a free messaging tool. We use WhatsApp and Messenger. What we do is, if you've ever done a multiple choice, or even if you have Instagram and you've done a poll or something to that effect, it's like you send out a question and basically you answer based on your opinion. And what happens that answers, all those information is pulled together in statistics. And then we put it on a website where policymakers, program makers, any young person can go on and see those information, that information, and be able to know more or less what the general population is thinking. And it's super cool because the information can be filtered based on age, gender, based on district. So all these things, if you're in school, out of school, all these things we can look up. So say, for example, we send out a poll on domestic violence. And we're only targeting, or we want to know about young people ages 15 to 19 in Belize specifically. And maybe it's only young women and they have to be in school. Like we can filter the information to know that exact information. And so it's so cool. And I have to say that it's confidential and anonymous, even though it's used through WhatsApp and Messenger. So we have this really cool software. And what we do with the software is you register and you're going to answer about 6 questions, the basic, if you want your poll in English or Spanish, because we cater to both, we know. And so you get your age, your gender, in school, out of school, your district, if you're in the rural or urban areas, because we filter it to that way as well. And then you're officially registered. You're represented by probably a significant code, a long code. So we don't know who you are, even though you're using your Messenger app or your WhatsApp app.
What's the purpose of the program?
So Your Report was designed originally in Uganda. So it's not something for just Belize. It's an international thing. There's over 80 countries internationally that have Your Report. We're actually the 3rd Caribbean country to sign on to Your Report. So big things, woo! And so the purpose of it is to really it says over there in the graphic, to gain community participation. Young people in Uganda, there's about almost a close 70%, like how Belize has, that is generally a young population. And they felt that their policymakers, their government, they were not listening to the young people. And it was really hard to mobilize. I think anybody here who's ever done a survey knows that if you go from door to door, it becomes very tedious. It's costly. So it's a lot of things with that. But all young people have their phone on them 24/7. And you use WhatsApp, you use Messenger on a day-to-day basis. So what it takes from someone to be able to just answer a poll on their phone, it's confidential, it's anonymous, and so they can gather that information and finally cater to direct needs of young people. Because you're answering, it's not a test to know if you know the right answer. This is what you feel. And so these results are used to kind of speed up the process of what policymakers, program makers, youth groups, any individual, any party, any organization that wants to know about specific topics, or actually inform people about topics, because we've taken it to the next step now, where you actually, just recently we had a COVID vaccine poll where they could learn about the COVID vaccine, what information the myths that they have for the COVID vaccine. What would be your time to take the vaccine? So we're flipping it now to not just only get information from young people, but give them as well at the same point. And you get to figure out what information you want, because in that poll, you get to decide if you want to learn about the myths, if you want to learn about when you can, it's the rollout age, all these things you get to learn, and you choose that.
So since this rollout, how many people have actually signed on to the, how many young people have actually signed on to the program, and how do you know they're young people?
So over 5,000 people have registered for U-Report thus far, and I feel like we can do so much better because this is Belize, like, come on, right? Other places, I mean, like Jamaica, so they have a good amount, thousands, but that's a different story, and I feel like we could kickstart this and do a little bit more.
Yeah.
For the age range, like I told you, when you register, you're filtered.
Okay.
And so we can know exactly ages from, like I said, from the youngest, actually, sorry, I forgot to mention that you can, 13 and above, that's when you can register for your report. So we know all those ages, we can filter it by that.
13 to 24?
No, 13 to above. Anybody else.
Age.
Yeah, anyone. So, and that's the thing, because originally when we were selling the idea of your report, we first started off with about it's a young people thing.
Yeah, that's
because,
what I thought.
of course, the majority of population in Belize is a young population of a young country.
Yeah.
However, we wanted to open it up because people that are 35, people that are 40, they have opinions too as well. And it's not like we can't filter the information. So we kind of like skipped it about and fixed it around and made it up to be something that we want community participation. We want everyone involved. We want everyone's opinion. We're kind of looking at the young people because they're the majority. However, we're not turning down any other person that would want to be a part of the process, because whatever happens will be affecting them as well in some kind of form.
Okay.
I want to bring Erwin into this conversation. Erwin, speak to us about your role as the ambassador and content manager of the U-Report.
Hey, good morning. Thank you for having me. So as the ambassador, my main, let me start off by saying there's a whole team of ambassadors. I'm just one of the...
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, I'm just one of the ambassadors. And our main goal is to really get out there, get in the trenches and interact with individuals. We are the ones who are talking on a daily basis with individuals, telling them about U-Report, asking them if they're willing to sign up. Of course, it has to be voluntary, so I can't go up to someone and be like, hey, you should sign up for this, and don't tell them what the program is about.
Yeah.
I personally, when I first heard about the program, I was a bit skeptical because, you know, especially on WhatsApp, there's a lot of scams going around. So most individuals I've interacted with, I've had to convince that it's not a scam. It's actually a useful tool that we ourselves can use to develop Belize. Our voices can be heard. And if we're serious about change, it has to start from us. So they have to be willing. So I can't force someone to sign up. They have to be willing to sign up and make their voices heard. So as ambassador, we are really out there in the trenches. And by trenches, I mean online. Especially with COVID now, we wouldn't recommend anyone to go in person to, say, a market and interact with people. So it's mostly online that we're ambassadoring, if I can use that term now.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that and you brought that up, because I understand also that the U-Report also plays into decision making of policies and stuff like that. Speak to us a bit about that as well.
Yes, so as the graphics have shown, all the feedback is compiled into one big database, and we can't tell who directly said what, so it's totally anonymous. We can just tell that groups of respondents from, say, Kyle reacted such and such a way to, for example, the vaccine poll. So we can see that, we can just see that individuals in Kyle would be, as an example, less open to taking the vaccine, and then we can use that information to feed the policymakers and be like, okay, we need to change the way information is being delivered to people to Kyle so they can be more accepting of whatever change we're trying to make. So that's how the information works. Again, we can see that Erwin from Belmopan said this about the vaccine. It's totally anonymous. We can just see that groups of individuals ages 20 to 25 or ages 20 to 30 reacted such a way to polls based on the topics that we have at hand. And the topics range from everything from vaccine to gender-based violence to education. So it's really what's happening in Belize at the time to get the youth interested to respond.
So would commission the poll? Can someone just say, okay, I work for a gender-based violence organization. I want to know how people feel about this. They can go to you report and request a poll?
Yes.
Yeah. I believe, yeah, Renata, you can touch on that.
Yeah, sorry. That's more on the coordinator side there. So there is actually a pool of a steering committee where we have people from different NCFC, from local government, from Scouts Association, from BFLA, all these people, all these different organizations that stare and work with young people on a daily basis, they are represented on this committee. And we tend to get in the polls. We've gotten polls from Ministry of Human Development, we've gotten polls from Women's Commission, we've gotten polls from all different places. And so what we do is normally get the poll in and you have to explain why you want the poll. We actually go through the polls and make sure it's youth friendly because it's not a test we're making the young people take.
Yeah.
So we've gotten polls before where it's like, you think you're in school and it's an exam and they want you to like have an open-ended and so much questions to answer. We actually, we tell them no, and we have to restructure and we have to go back to the drawing board because we're making it youth friendly. We're making it so young people actually want to answer. And so that's how normally the way of the poll goes. And we approve it and go from there. And then we would roll out the poll.
And is there a team that helps to write the polls? Because you know that in polling, one of the most critical aspects of the accuracy is based on how the questions are written, because they can lend to particular answers if it's not written properly.
Excellent question, yes. We, on the committee, we are trained. However, like Erin was telling you, there are polls on different things, education, we have polls on mental health. So for specific polls as well, we bring in an expert that's like in that field.
Yeah.
And we would go over the poll with that person, ask them, do you think this language is okay? And then of course on our end, we have young people too that will be able to say, you know what, let's not use this word too as well, let's work with that. So there's a lot of thought process that goes into the poll.
Now, tell us about some of the polls that you have done so far. You mentioned COVID-19 vaccine, that was one.
So we did the COVID-19 vaccine, we did one on domestic violence, we've done one on education, we've done one on climate change, we've done one on early child union, which was pretty cool too because we found out some real nitty-gritty information about Belize for that, and we actually had to build a roadmap to end early child union. We kick-started that. We've done one for Ministry of Education on feeding programs, and we actually changed the feeding program, the national feeding program for Belize based on the opinion of the young people. We've done one for poverty to kickstart a policy that was for, I think it was for economic development. I'm not too sure exactly right now, but so like I said, people specifically send in based on needs, and if we see based on that need that it's something that will help our young people, the data will be very influential, then we would go with that. As well as internationally, polls are sent out that everyone worldwide are doing polls. So the same COVID vaccine one, that was one that was actually international, just not just us. So other places around the world did that one too. As well as the same one on climate change too, that was for Earth Day. Yeah. We did one on a specific day. And so we'd also do it on specific days too as well. Yeah. So like I said, since it's international, sometimes we get our polls from outside. Those polls that are from outside, we don't really vet because it's already vetted by everyone. It's gone into the whole nitty-gritty stuff and everything. And so we just normally run those polls. But the ones specifically for Belize that are requested, those are the ones that we truly vet.
If I could add in with the topic that Renata touched on, international, I'd like to say that the YouReport platform is for Belizeans in general, especially YouReport Belize. And you don't have to be living in Belize currently to participate. So for example, as ambassadors, our job is to reach out to as many individuals as we can. And I myself, I know many Belizeans, especially young Belizeans who are away studying temporarily at school. So I have friends in Trinidad, in the US, and Canada. And I still reach out to them to register as well, because even though you're not physically in Belize, you still have a home. So you register using your home address. So if you're from Cayo or you're living in Canada, you register as someone who lives in Cayo. And you can still provide your feedback even though you're currently away from Belize, because at the end of the day, Belize is still your home and you still deserve a voice on what decisions are happening in Belize.
Awesome. If you could speak to us quickly, Renata, about just one of the particular areas that has been polled that has received great feedback or response. Which area of concern would that be, or which area of social response did we receive a great amount of feedback in terms of the participation?
We've received a lot of feedback when it comes to education and mental health. I remember clearly because we had sent out for Ministry of Education a poll that was about scholarship opportunities, what would we need to do in the system of when it comes to like testing and so forth. And people were really into that poll. And we also had the poll on mental health, talking about who do you speak to? Do you know what resources? Do you trust the resources in Belize? And again, a lot of feedback came back on those specific polls. We found out a lot about how young people actually don't want to speak to anybody, maybe a friend the most. And a lot of young people feel very dreary and sad, and it goes for long periods of time sometimes. And so it made us go to the right people, the counselors, all of these people that deal with mental health, and check with them and say, okay, this is the problem that we're having right now. There needs to be a new trust that's built. Because a lot of times we've heard people say that we don't trust counselors, or we don't trust this system, or we don't trust whatever it is, right? But we hear it. It's not a matter of actually seeing data. And that's what I love about the Report platform, because it allows you to actually see the data. People are answering. So this is not just a hearsay business. It's really like, you know well and there that Corozal to Toledo, people are saying this. People that are 25 years old that are in this specific village are saying this. So you actually have the content to back up whatever you're pushing for somebody. And I always say, if we decide to build, and we are allowed to build the Report platform to about 20, 30,000, 40,000 people, you go to a policymaker, you go to any government and be like, okay, 40,000 people, all 40,000 of your young people said X, Y, and Z that they need this. What are you gonna do with these numbers? Are you just gonna sit there and watch these numbers?
Yeah.
So that's the power that comes with it. And that's why I always push that you register, you let your voices be heard, you know, even if it's not a topic that you're that passionate about, learn about it, because it's a chance for you to learn a little bit too as well, not only give information, but get something from it as well.
Right, right.
So the other question I have is looking at the results. Do you, if I participate in the poll, do I see real-time results, or do I get the final results, or I just send my opinion out and then I don't know?
So you send your opinion. Well, technically you answer the poll.
Yeah.
And what we do is we have a website that you go on, and then all the polls are structured and organized there based on year, based on the topic and so forth. And you can go, and it's really cool in graphics too, where it shows like male to female ratio, all of these things. So it's very youth friendly.
Okay.
And so anyone has access to go on that website. Any person, it doesn't matter your age, you could be 12 and you could go on that website and you can see that. And actually just recently, I remember one of my friends came out and asked if they could get the same early child union poll, because somebody in Trinidad was doing a study on it and they wanted something from Belize. And so we had the data right there that somebody could actually use that data from Belize. They can go on the website, see everything, see the questions that were asked, see young people, male to female ratio, everything, and they could use that for their study. So as you can see, the benefits of it.
Now I understand that there are some openings for new ambassadors and content managers. Speak to us a bit about what are the eligibilities and the requirements to become an ambassador and a content manager?
Yes, so I'm super excited about the new roles. Erwin was one of those people that helped me with new roles, and I had two other young people, because at first when we started the ambassador program, we were just trying our best to push young people like Erwin and this other young lady that are the top ambassadors right now, Soul Main. And we were trying to push for these young people to just be at the forefront, because it's not on my platform, it's their platform, it's our platform. We're working together, and like, oh, Erwin talks about they're on the computer doing the nitty-gritty, talking to their friends, selling this to everybody, you know? And so after that, we realized that there's some young people that they're struggling with that idea of just solely talking to somebody, because it's a lot of work. Erwin could tell you it's a lot of work to go and convince people to sign on, especially like he mentioned the thing about scam. So that was a lot of work in itself to like try to like, hey, fellow scam guys, I know the WhatsApp link looks funny, but click on it, it's cool. so we introduced 3 other new roles to the Europort leader platform. And we have, of course, the ambassador, which is basically a person that is in the field or on the phone, that I would say, because I wouldn't say field because they're not going out there like that, but that person that is helping us to gather and get and recruit people for the Europort platform. So they're the one doing the registration process, explaining the process of what Europort is, showing past polls to them, and just giving the importance of it. They're the one that are, in case there's a need for them to do a poll, pushing out, hey, do the domestic violence poll. It's just, type in this, etc. And the poll will come up for you and you can do it, whatever it is, right? So those are the ambassadors. The criteria for that, we actually made it very open because we know as young people, we have these limitations. We have the age for 13 to 29. And so that is the age range because that's the age range what your report starts with 13. It goes above, but you know what I mean? And so that's for the ambassador. It's the age range and your availability because you're volunteering your time. And so with that specifically, we had the young people sit down virtually and they decided how their program would roll out. It finishes in November. They graduate with a award ceremony where they're going to be getting their awards of being an ambassador, a virtual certificate, graduating with cash prize and so forth. They decided all of that because Department of Youth Services, UNICEF, all of these partners have decided that we really need to make young people be at the forefront, deciding exactly their fate. So they decide exactly how the program is going to run, what they're going to get out of the program. And so for these new roles that we're having, 3 new ones, Erwin actually just got one of them, the content manager, where basically we have the young people sharing their bright ideas of what they want on the page, what they want on the Instagram and the Facebook page. They're going to be the ones that are going to be approving every single thing when it comes to media, all the ideas, the new commercials that we're planning to do, and doing this, open your eyes on the media runs and so forth. These are the content manager's job. They're going to be helping with the exposure of your report, helping with the following and so forth. And so if anybody wants to be a content manager, if you're good in graphics or you're just good with ideas on a whole, go to the Europort Facebook page or go and email us at europortbelize1@gmail.com, europortbelize1, or go on the Instagram page at europortbelize as well, and you can message in and ask to be a content manager. There's also the Europort Hangout Coordinator, where basically we're trying to do virtual hangouts right now, where we have young people talk about the issues of life, because it's not only about poll, but we have to get people riled up about things that are happening in Belize, things that they care about, right? And if we can actually have somebody as well there that is an expert that can shed some light, that's what's going to happen. So the coordinator is responsible for exactly what they do, coordinating those hangouts, those virtual hangouts, where they're going to have young people come and they're going to talk about a specific topic. They're going to invite somebody that's maybe an expert on that specific topic to shed some light, not necessarily have to do a speech on it, but if young people have questions, they answer it and so forth. So the coordinator is responsible for documenting that. And then if that topic seems to be so much of something that we need to put some information into, we're going to then pull that into a poll later on. And so it's a really good job where you can be able to rile up our young people, get them that fire and so forth. So if you're a person that is good at planning and you are passionate about specific topics and so forth, because the coordinators pick the topics. They're the one that basically facilitate and do all the nitty-gritty. So they're planning and doing that. And so
I was gonna ask Erwin to kind of just give us some perspective here about volunteering to be a part of the program and whether it has been as enjoyable as an experience as you anticipated.
It has been, actually. It has surpassed my expectations, given that coming in, I honestly didn't know what Europort was at the time. I had to message one of my friends and be like, hey, I know you participated in this a while back. What exactly is this about? So I registered before I even got a reply from my friend. And Europort has been a community that I can rely on. For example, we have multiple group chats with different individuals based on your roles. And each group chat, we share, we talk. I remember when you first created the group chat, everyone is messaging how excited they were about participating. They're sending pictures of their bios and everything like that. So it's really I would say, surpassed my expectations. And for example, Renata has given me some opportunities that I wouldn't have gotten without your report. So your report has been more than I expected. It's a great way to meet new individuals as well. And it's a great way to tap into your potential because especially now in the times of COVID, we can't really go outside. So most of our efforts are based online. So if you're not someone who's very sociable, I would say, now is your time to shine because you can do everything through an online platform. You don't necessarily have to show your face. So if you want to be involved and you want to get that community participation and you want to change beliefs, now is the time to do so without actually going to interact with people in person. So I would say now is the perfect time for both individuals who are introverts and extroverts to get involved. And even if you don't see a role that you willingly want to take right now, you can just sign up as an ambassador, recruit individuals, and if you change your mind over time, you can always apply to be a content manager, a hangout host, or any other posts within the U-Report organization.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for telling us all about what you're doing there, and we do hope that some young people take advantage of the opportunity. Yeah. So thank you once again, and best of luck.
Thank you, Tom.
All right.
You all have a great day.
And with that, we're going to go ahead and take a break, and we'll be back in a few.
Available now at Bravo Motors.
Dwayne Moody, Isani Cayetano, Andrea Polanco, Paul Lopez. Your News 5 Belize teams do whatever it takes, go wherever they need to go, so you can catch the story wherever you are, whenever you want, on whatever device. Channel 5 Belize on television, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Because news is now everywhere, all the time. And so are we.
Good morning, sweetie. It's time for school.
Are you a teacher or public sector employee who is thinking of owning your new home? Get the keys to your new home with Belize Bank's all-inclusive mortgage, the best financing option in Belize for your new home purchase or construction. Inclusive of all mortgage-related fees, no down payment, affordable terms, amazingly low interest rates. Visit our nearest branch to speak to one of our financial advisors to discuss how you can be one step closer to owning your new home. Some conditions apply.
back.
And welcome back. We are going to be moving into our second discussion for this morning with a skillful artist who specializes in paintings, murals, airbrushing, and whatever other art you could possibly think about in terms of the creativeness of those types of skill sets. We're going to be talking with Rafael Rodriguez. Good morning, Rafael, and thank you for being here with us this morning.
Yes, hi. Good morning.
Now, Rafael, speak to us about art and what inspires you to create art pieces.
Oh, okay, well, it somehow, becomes easier with practice, I guess. But at an early age, man, I could have drawn very good, and I just kept it, and eventually, I started doing work for people, and they start paying me. I'm like, wow, this could be a career in the making.
Yeah. So you stumbled onto the skill.
Yeah, I used to have a 9-to-5 job at detail test desk, and what happened is my mom had opened. This is way back, like in I've been doing this for like 30 years, and
yeah.
But I remember my mom would open a restaurant on Albert Street, and I painted her sign on the door, and another guy came along, saw me painting, and he wanted me to paint his shop. So I did a sign on his shop, and then another guy passed, and he said, "Hey, can you come over to my place?" And I'm like, "Sure."
Yeah.
And this is how it all started. I used to paint very slow, so it took me long to do one sign, but eventually, I got better.
Look at that one. That one looks like 3D there.
A mural of such size, how long would it take for you to complete a mural like that?
Oh, like the one, Scorpion?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just a couple hours, man.
Oh, wow. You say that so easy.
Yeah, I did it. I have gained so much experience during the years that people sometimes think that I am charging too much because I do it too fast, right? But then, they have to understand that it's not that I'm doing it fast, it's that I already know what I'm going to do from I start painting. So, sometimes, they say, oh, maybe one day, I say, yeah, but then, what about the 30 odd years I spent gaining experience, So,
how much of your artwork is from your own mind? I mean, do you use designs that people give you all the time, or sometimes do you create it on your own?
Well, a lot of times people give me the art, but a lot of times I have to come up with my own concept, using different perspectives and different ideas from different places, and I end up with an original design.
Oh, I like that one. Now, tell me about an artwork that you are particularly proud of.
I did a lion for my mom, and for Mother's Day, and the expression of her face, and
yeah.
Wait. Let's backtrack on this story a bit. Why did you want to paint a lion for your mom?
Well, my mom is the 1st of August, and she's a Leo, right?
Okay, I see.
I thought she was a fierce lady. That's where that came from.
So, I noticed she liked collecting lions. She have like towels and blankets. She have statues of lions, and she loved lions, right? But I guess it's because she's the 1st of August and she's a Leo. So it occurred to me for Mother's Day, I went with the Benke and I did a mural on her wall, and she wasn't there. And when she came, she sighed, I was moved by her emotions, because I didn't expect her to react that way. But I think that was the most special art I've done.
Oh, that's really such a touching story. Now, what's it been like though through the pandemic? I mean, how's business been?
Oh, it's been devastating. Art is a luxury, right? You don't have, you could do without it, right? And I have been taking serious repercussions, and and not only that, the fact that technology has changed in Belize, and people don't want to paint anymore. They go direct to printed vinyl, and I am becoming a dying species.
Well, art is also a really great form of expression, and it's a positive outlet of expression as well. How has it allowed you to cope during this pandemic? And have you been able to teach younger people to paint as well?
Well, if I get the opportunity to teach, it would be great. I mean, like for example, this mural right here at Ladyville, when I started it, the kids flocked the park, because it was cartoon, it was fun. And then when you look, I started want to paint, and they come by, and a lot of the kids came and paint with me here on this in the Ladyville Park, this mural. It felt good, and I wish the authorities or whoever in charge would invest in things like that, especially now that kids are not in school, they want something creative to do. And I'm here to teach. If I get the opportunity, I will teach.
Where's the bulk of your business? Like, where do you find people most often will commission your work?
Well, mostly in the city. Majority, but I don't mind a road trip, man. I remember, going on road trips with B-Well and BTL and Lotto. They took me all over the country with Boeing and Boeing, for some reason Boeing and Boeing put me out. I don't want to say that, but maybe if they see this, they call me back. But I love road trips.
So, no, but I mean, like, is it store signs, or is it like commissioned art pieces? Do you paint on, like, paintings on canvas?
Well, I just started commission paintings, but mostly it's portrait. I started dabbling in portraits because I was scared to do portraits because it's very touchy, it's very delicate. People you don't want to paint somebody with a bigger nose than they have, or things like that. So,
or they don't know what they look like until they see your portrait.
Yeah, so I was a bit scared to go, but then with this pandemic, it kind of forced me to start saying yes to people that say, hey, do you do portraits? I said, sure, just give me a clear picture. And it started happening. I have done 3 portraits already, and I noticed that people didn't complain. They like it. They were like, okay, so it gave me a little confidence that I could dabble a little bit in portraits.
I'm glad you shared that little story there just now. Certainly, because I think about tattoos as well and portrait, and I could just imagine if you're tattooing a face onto someone and it doesn't look like the person, how awful that might be.
Yeah, and then you have to deal with that for the rest of your life.
Certainly.
But what do you enjoy painting?
I like painting cartoons, man, because the kids, they love it. They come along. Say I did a mural for my daughter. She loved it. All her favorite cartoons. I watch her.
Aww.
Yeah, she paints.
That's
she
painting?
like watching. Yeah, she like watching cartoons, right? So I noticed the favorites she has. But not this one. This was a commissioned work. Okay. But that's my baby. And this is all the cartoons she likes, so she loved it. She's like, oh, there is a baby shark, that is Wolfoo, and that's Dora. She loved it. So I love painting cartoons.
Awesome. That's so cool.
Because, it's fun, man.
Yeah, and definitely children will give you the ideal reaction because they're seeing their favorite characters up close.
Yeah.
That's right. That always bring children joy, Especially when I did this one here in Ladyville, man, kids, they flocked the area. And that mural kind of changed the whole perspective of the park itself, because even the park, was unkept. And now, because of the mural, it's chopped down regularly. And, actually this mural needs touch up now. It's been there for like 3-4 years now, and it needs a break now, but I guess I just have to stand by until they...
Yeah. So, so that's what you love doing. You love doing cartoon. What's the most challenging work you've had to do?
people ask about anime. Anime is a cartoon that I could do it. But it's a more challenging. It's a lot of
very detailed.
So
yeah,
I kind of get reluctant not to do anime. But if they're willing to pay the price, then I'm willing to do it.
Yeah. Well, Raphael, how do people get in touch if they want to get you to do some artwork for them?
All right. Well, I have a page. It's called Best Image Science on Facebook. And my number is 608-1293. You could call me anytime, and I have WhatsApp. You could WhatsApp me a design. I'm very reachable.
Yeah.
And I'm not expensive. I'm not expensive. People would think, because I have all this experience, and that I would want to charge more, but in reality, no.
Okay.
I'm very reasonable.
All right. Well, we do hope. Oh, there we go. We see some of your portraits now on the screen.
Oh, that's one.
Yeah. Well, of course, we just wanted to check in. We know it's been a tough time for artists, for all the artists, and so we wanted to hear from you directly. And we hope that people consider getting some artwork done from you, whether it's a portrait, or I'm sure there'll be some parents calling for those murals on their kids' wall.
And even the preschools.
That would be great. That would be fantastic.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for chatting with us this morning.
Sure, no problem. Thank you, Marlene. And thank you,
His name's Brighton. Yeah. Have a great day, Raphael.
I'm a big fan of Marlene, so that's why, I
Well, I'm a big fan of your artwork. Now you got my mind going.
Thank you for that.
Thank you. And of course, we do hope that things pick back up for you, and that people are encouraged to be able to get some artwork done by a Belizean artist. We appreciate it, and stay safe.
All right.
Thank
you.
Yeah.
And with that, we go ahead and we take a break. And when we come back, we're going to be joined by Xander Bennett and Fermentation Fridays. Stay with us.
Working off-site doesn't mean you have to be off your game. Studies have shown that simply adding a keyboard and mouse to your laptop increases productivity by 26%. Add a monitor and you'll be 35% more productive. At Fulltech Systems, we have what you need to enhance your remote work or e-learning experience. With devices such as headsets, video conferencing monitors, webcams, keyboards, mice, docking stations, all with the brands you trust. Keep connected with collaboration tools like Microsoft 365 Suite and Kaspersky and perform efficiently no matter where you are. Fulltech Systems, your technology center, where you'll come for the price, but stay for the service.
Continues to expand its internet coverage countrywide to help you live a smarter life.
Our villagers are very happy. They are pleased to know that Smart went the extra mile to put a tower in our village so that our villagers can get live stream on their TVs and they can get their kids doing their online classes. I want to say to Smart, thank you for making it possible for us to get internet in Gardenia Village. We really do appreciate it.
Smart continues to take the internet and mobile services to communities across Belize. Now save even more when you bundle your smart broadband with smart mobile services. Smart, bringing people together.
2020 taught us the importance of being connected to the virtual world, and NextGen is here to keep its commitment to you. Even if you're physically apart, NextGen keeps you digitally connected.
Okay everyone, thank you for following me today.
NextGen provides more than just an internet plan. They provide service plans that support all your online needs. Sign up today and get your NextGen's ultra high-speed internet service. NextGen, powered by Central TV and Internet.
God, she drunk, but no worry, I got this. Goodness. Oh my gosh, it's still the artist.
Being the hardest. The artist. But you had way more than 2 drinks tonight, love, which is a legal limit to drive. What about you? Can you drive?
Well, I was drinking soft drink all night, so I can drive her home.
Thanks, Bree.
Of course, Tricia, you know I got you. You're my girl.
That's what I like to see. Friends don't let friends drive drunk. Cause you can't be replaying a real life. Stig says so. Can't replay in a real life.
Brianna, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Mommy, when I grow up, I want to be a doctor.
That's great, honey. You have to study hard then and get good grades.
Yes, Mommy, I will. Mommy, why do the neighbors have to play the music so loud?
Every day, people are affected by noise. Noise, like loud music, is not a concern for those making the noise because they are not the ones being affected. It is usually the vulnerable that is impacted the most by noise pollution, such as the sick, the elderly, and the young. That is why the Department of the Environment is asking you to be considerate of your neighbors. Be mindful that your actions can have lasting effects, and know that noise pollution is an offense under the pollution regulation.
So class, let's review your homework. What are some of the things that we can do to make sure everyone has a clean and reliable supply of water?
Sir, we should turn off the faucet when using soap to bathe, to wash our hands, and maybe even our cars. This will cut our water bills and save us a lot of water.
My dad says we should keep the area around the water pipes close to our houses clean.
Yes, sir. We should encourage our parents to pay their water bills so the entire village will always have clean water.
Right, class. We should not forget to attend water board meetings and add our 2 cents. Make sure everyone has reliable, clean water.
My mom says that we young people can volunteer to paint the public water pipe.
So, how do we make sure we will always have reliable, clean water?
Join the Clean Water Revolution.
Get involved today and do your part to keep your water supply clean and reliable.
The Department of Rural Development is working on achieving Goal 6 of the Sustainable Development Goals, which is to ensure access to water and sanitation for all.
You never know when it might happen. You can't afford to take chances with your safety. You can't afford to take chances with your life. Because you never know when it might happen. Always be safe, because you never know.
And welcome back. We move into this third part of our discussion for this morning with Fermentation Fridays. We have Xander Bennett joining us today to spice up things a bit. Xander, how are you doing today?
I'm doing very well. Good morning to you, Marlene and Brighton. Thank you very much for this opportunity today. Good morning, Belize.
Well, you know we love highlighting entrepreneurs and also people who are really doing creative stuff. Xander, how did you get into pepper making?
Well, let's take a track back to 2020.
Okay.
We were in COVID, locked in isolation, and this created a medium for us to think outside the box. Now, how is it that I could access a Belizean market that is very well known and is very accessible and also very lucrative to reap benefits? So now let's think of certain aspects of our Belizean economy and our markets. For example, we have beer. Everyone loves to drink beer. We have peppers because we are very diverse with our flavors and we have a lot of natural ingredients in our country. And lastly, we have small food businesses that, if you have noticed, in 2020 has bolstered in amount. The market is very saturated in food, but not a lot of people is doing peppers. And early 2021, I took a class for fermentation technology and brewing, which was specifically for kombucha. Now, that was a very large investment for me to start. And I looked to the next option, which entailed chemical engineering, which was peppers. And I guess I hit the home run because it's doing very well. People love my peppers. So.
Wait, but I didn't even realize that peppers required fermentation.
Well, actually they don't. The reason why I chose fermentation is because through my research of actually preparing peppers, I found that the most effective way to bring quality and quantity to the market in my business is through fermentation. Reason being that when you ferment these peppers, there is a chemical process that is happening to these peppers. What happens is that lactic acid bacteria breaks down the carbohydrates, and this helps cures the pepper's baritone flavors. So it highlights the flavors of these peppers and it brings a truly remarkable taste to the table.
Now we have quite a bit of accessibility to habanero, jalapeno. I know people use serrano as well. So people can make their own sauces at home, and we have some very popular bottled ones. How did you decide that you would enter the market with something different?
Well, to be honest, that was a question that I had to look within myself, because in all truth and honesty, anyone can have an idea, really and truly. But what it comes down to is execution. And through knowing my own determination and my aptitude for striving to better myself, and not only better myself, but better my product with each batch, I knew that I could hit the market and really create a product that people would love.
What was the investment like to start the production?
Well, initially, it was not that great of a financial investment. As you know, peppers in the local market are very affordable. It goes for $2 a pound at the market by Novellas, and it goes for $3 at any retail market spot in Ladyville. And what I really and truly had to look at was the different habaneros that I didn't want to use and that I did want to use. Reason being that with certain flavors, I wanted extra burn, and with other flavors, I didn't want as much burn. So as it relates to the investment, it was not that great. Financially, it was feasible for me because the ingredients required for the fermentation process is not hefty at all.
Your heaviest investment was the time.
Yeah.
Are you thinking about perhaps moving towards planting your own habaneros?
Actually, I am. I have actually started. If you go on the Fermentation Fridays Instagram page,
there you
I
go.
have my latest plant, Hope, nicknamed her Hope because she's the hopeful investment that someday it can be something bigger.
So you also, I mean, it's a pepper sauce, but you've also incorporated different flavors.
Yeah.
Okay, tell us about that.
Okay, in terms of flavors, I had to think about what calls the Belizean taste. Let's be honest. in Central America, there's this thing with rice and beans. Belize is one of the few countries that actually uses garlic for our rice and beans in preparation of rice and beans. Garlic is a staple of many Belizean dishes. I know a lot of people actually don't like raw garlic, but roasting the garlic actually gives it this beautiful blend, earthy taste to the pepper. In terms of other flavors, we look towards stuff such as ginger and carrots. I mean, the carrots is kind of a basic ingredient, but the ginger is what brings out and highlights the pepper. Reason being that, you know, we use ginger a lot here also. So it was just finding that mesh between what we use and quality peppers to create amazing flavor.
So what's really taken off? You introduced this project in this pepper in 2020. 2021. So the idea started in 2020 and you executed in 2021.
Precisely.
Wow. And what's been the feedback so far?
So far I haven't had any negative reviews. It's been purely positive. It's been mostly, oh my gosh, this pepper is so amazing. I've had people come and message me like, I'm not buying another pepper again, I just want your pepper. So it's been really well. People say they love the burn. People say the flavor is rich as well.
Which one is the hottest?
In my
Talk us
opinion,
through what you have here.
In my opinion, okay, so this is the roasted garlic. In my opinion, this is the hottest because it uses the Jamaican habanero or the bullnose pepper, which has the more higher Scoville than the regular red habaneros. All of the others use red habaneros. This is my latest product, the Mango Tango Habanero. This is a limited edition flavor that is premiering today.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Is it sweet? Mango, when you say mango?
Yeah, well, you're going to try it. So. All of those have been booked out.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Just to spice up the dishes.
Okay.
All of those have been booked out.
So you're saying I can't keep it?
No, you can't keep it.
Try to see.
Yeah. So for this week, it's the Mango Tango Habanero, and then next week, Friday, I'm actually presenting a new product that I'm calling the Doom Sauce, which will be a mixture of more than one types of peppers and secret flavors. So look out for that, guys.
So just now you mentioned something Scoville. Is that like the temperature of the pepper?
Precisely.
Oh, okay, awesome.
It's the burn.
Yeah.
All right, so so you have the roasted garlic, you have this new mango tango. Are these ones different?
This is the ginger and carrots tang, and this is the pineapple habanero.
Which one has been the favorite? There's a green one too I saw on your page.
Yeah, that's the cilantro, but I didn't have any extras at home. They were already bought out, so.
That's a good sign. That's a good sign. What's been the market favorite so far?
Well, it depends on the demographic, honestly, because with the females, they more gravitate towards the pineapple habanero. I don't understand the correlation there. And with my more male-dominant audience, it's more towards either the cilantro or the garlic. For people who are experienced pepper lovers that want that burn, that hot to the touch to their tongue, they're gonna go for the garlic. For people who want a more lax, flavorful pepper, they're gonna go for the pineapple or the ginger and carrot. So it's the mixture, but all of them do equally well.
And they pair well with everything. So they're all good on rice and beans?
Of course.
Yeah, you won't say otherwise. All right. So, you know, how do you taste this pepper? I mean, are you a big pepper lover? You can handle all the heat?
Actually, no, I was not a big pepper lover.
Okay.
It's an acquired taste, to be honest, a taste test.
Yeah.
And it becomes a hassle sometimes being your own taste tester. But what I do is I have a select group of people that I would message, and I would make a product and I would send it to them and I'd say, test this for me. Tell me your review on it. Tell me what you think I could do, and I'll try to mix up the formula to, you know, match what they think is the best for it.
Yeah, because I mean, after you've had that first heat, it's hard to taste other things as well.
What are some of the stores that you could find your peppers
right
now?
In all honesty, my peppers have been mostly sold sold to restaurants and small food spots. Madisco is the only store or distribution center that you can go find it on shelves. I'm working to get it in more stores, but that is an endeavor for the future.
So right now people are just ordering from your online pages.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's called Fermented Fridays?
No, Fermentation.
Fermentation Fridays, I'm sorry. Yeah, but tell us about the name.
Okay, Fermentation Fridays. Well, fermentation is a derivative from the actual process. The reason why it's Fridays is because the whole view and the whole scope of my idea for this business someday is to create sort of like a club, not a nightclub, a club, a group of people that are experienced pepper lovers, and they're gonna come around and they can taste us, they can sit down and have food and enjoy my peppers wherever I have it. And on the Instagram page, I consider everyone who is my supporter or a follower a part of the Fermentation Friday family. So it goes with the whole ring of the FFF. So.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna sign right now for the hottest one, since he loves pepper. No, I'm kidding. So what do you recommend people when they're tasting your pepper? What do you recommend them to try it with?
Well, in all honesty, the most versatile thing with pepper would be rice and beans, because it's something that everyone is familiar with.
Okay.
And so I encourage people, if they're gonna taste my pepper for the first time, pick a flavor that you know you're into. Like some people are afraid of the garlic because they don't really like garlic. So I asked them, you know, what's your taste like? You know, what are you into? Are you into more sweet? Are you into more earthy flavors? And depending on that, I work with them. And in terms of food, best thing to try it with would be rice and beans, or white rice and stew beans. You know, any kind of heavy lunch meal. You could try it with tenders. You could try it with steak. You could try it with your veggies. You could put it in soup. I've seen people eat it with soup.
Now, are there any sort of health benefits to peppers?
Well, in general, I can't speak in general, but for my peppers in specific, due to the fermentation process, there is a growth of probiotic yeast. And what this yeast does is help with digestion. Within millennia of years, fermentation has been a process that has not only preserved foods, but it has created a connotation of health. For example, kombucha was considered the elixir of life, and that is basically a fermented tea. So what my peppers offer is probiotic bacteria that will help you in digestion, and not only digestion, but other bodily functions.
Awesome.
Hey, well, I was just thinking, because we were saying I'm happy Pepper's here because my sinus problem's acting up again, so it helps with that, I'm sure of, if it's hot enough. All right, so we are doing a taste test this morning, I understand?
I guess.
Did you make tacos too? Did you wake up early and make some tacos?
I got the tortillas from the taco spot, and my friend actually made the pibil for the tacos.
Ooh, we got a friend who made pibil. This is something we have access to all the time? Or he just did it for you?
He just did it for me.
Oh, there you go. All right.
Yeah.
So we are going to try out the peppers this morning.
Peppers.
And how does it impact people who may have acid reflux?
Oh, negatively. If you have acid reflux,
they should know better.
Yeah, you shouldn't eat my peppers if you have acid.
Beware.
Yeah, that's pretty much them and a lot of food. All right. So I do want to try the peppers on their own though, but I can. So this one is the roasted garlic. Let's see. I'll tell you how hot it is. Yeah, that definitely.
Since you tried the roasted garlic, I'm going to try the pineapple.
I saved you. No, that definitely has heat, but I taste that roasted garlic in the end. That is delicious.
This one is the pineapple and
just pineapple.
Just pineapple.
And then I'll move on to. So what's?
Oh wow! Yeah, that one is hot.
That's the weaker one.
It's hot.
So what's the best way to kill a burn from pepper?
In my opinion, drink milk. For skin burns,
Oh, you got those and making it? I'm
yeah,
sure.
I got them
You
for
learned
making
them?
it. There's a mixture of different methods. You can apply milk to your skin. You can just wash with cold water and just pray that it subsides. But in recent endeavors in making my pepper, I did some research, and actually what happens is that if you apply vinegar to your skin, the acidity kills the basic nature of the pepper's chemical that causes the heat, the Scoville.
Okay.
So I actually tried it and I had relief, and maybe it was a placebo, but
Well, I've always heard of milk, especially if you've
Yeah.
eaten something and you've had too much pepper. The mango is delicious. Actually, the first flavor you get is the mango. And then you get the heat afterwards. All right, take a big spoon, Brighton. This is a great I dare you challenge. Take a spoonful of mango.
You definitely get the mango flavor immediately.
Yeah.
As it touches the tongue.
Yeah, but not like super sweet. Like you taste mango, but it's not like sugary sweet.
Yeah.
All right. It is delicious.
thank you.
All right, so we got some tacos. Go ahead.
We have pico de gallo, and we have the pibil. Awesome.
So what's the cost for the peppers? Let's talk
Okay,
about that
so
while Brighton fixes his plate.
The regular 4 flavors go for $7 a bottle, $84 for the box. And these limited edition flavors, which are based on, seasonal fruits, are gonna go for $10 a bottle.
Okay.
Yeah.
$10 a bottle.
Yeah.
And how long do they last?
At the moment, I'm not adding preservatives, so I'm advising people to only eat it for the first 4 months.
Okay, but refrigerated. Keep it refrigerated.
Yeah, keep it refrigerated, and do not put in dirty spoons or forks in it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so Brighton's making his tacos, but the most important
I
part is the
certainly
pepper.
would not be able to make tacos for sale because I'm very, very slow. I would definitely be losing money.
Remember that the key part here is the pepper.
Right.
Right?
So I'm gonna try the mango in this one.
Okay. Yeah. Here's
And
another
then,
one.
Yeah. 1 sec. Awesome. And this one is?
Ginger and carrot.
Ginger and carrots.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And you did notice that he's just not. Oh, I thought you were not going for it.
I can't chicken out now.
All right, there you go. So we're gonna do. You're going for the roasted garlic first?
I'm gonna go for the roasted garlic.
I'm actually seeing your producer flinch.
Oh, it does really balances off really well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah.
A little hot.
Yeah. We're gonna zoom into the tears. Let's see. You did put quite a bit right now.
Wow. Yeah, that's spicy.
Thank you.
I know. Xander looked at like he was a bit worried for you for a moment.
But it's so good. It leaves a long-lasting taste.
You're a great sport, Brian, because I know you said you eat a little bit of pepper.
Yeah.
And you put quite a bit of the hottest one.
And this one is the pineapple.
No, it's the mango.
It's the mango.
All right. So I do want to try the pineapple. That's the one I haven't tried yet. What's your
The
favorite?
mango is good too.
My
Really
favorite
adds like
is
a
the
sweet
roasted
flavor.
garlic.
Yours is the roasted garlic.
That's the first flavor that I ever made.
And is that the heat that you like?
Mm.
Or, why did you decide to make that one the hottest?
Well, it was a build-up. After a while, I started with regular red habaneros, but I found that the bullnose habanero gave a pretty amazing taste to it. So after they were fermented, of course.
So this is mango. This is carrot ginger.
Yeah, ginger and carrots.
Oh, that's a lot. Okay, let's see. So we're going with ginger carrot.
Wow. It's amazing that even though I'm trying 3 different peppers, you taste the flavor in every single one, despite the burn.
Yeah, that's what I aim for, a very potent taste.
Yeah, I immediately taste that ginger from the first bite. That's an interesting flavor. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you surviving?
Yeah.
They brought you some water.
No tears.
Yeah. No, they were there earlier. All right. So Xander, everybody's watching at home. They want to know where they can pick up your pepper, how fast can they get their order, and sample these as well.
All right. So I do a process by which you order, and within a week's time, you will get your pepper, because I do it by batch, weekly batches. If you want to pick it up from a storefront, you can go to Madisco. Whether they have it or not, varies. But you can message me, order, and within a week's time, they'll come. I'm having specials every Friday now. I'm trying every Friday. They'll come continually and join the family, be a part of Fermentation Fridays.
So today, for example, you said these are all gone.
Yeah.
Okay. So can people get anything at this time other than the ones at Madisco?
No.
Okay.
They've all been...
They'll put in an order for next week.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
So Xander, where do you see Fermentation Fridays in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, on an industrial scale.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Definitely looking forward to it.
Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much for bringing some spice to our Friday and
yeah, definitely brought the spice.
We're gonna allow Brighton to run off and find some milk in a moment. But thank you so much for being here.
Thank you too. I appreciate the opportunity.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and take a break, and we'll be back in a few.
Are you a teacher or public sector employee who is thinking of owning your new home? Get the keys to your new home with Belize Bank's all-inclusive mortgage, the best financing option in Belize for your new home purchase or construction. Inclusive of all mortgage-related fees, no down payment, affordable terms, amazingly low interest rates. Visit our nearest branch to speak to one of our financial advisors to discuss how you can be one step closer to owning your new home. Some conditions apply.
Smart continues to expand its internet coverage countrywide to help you live a smarter life.
Our villagers are very happy. They are pleased to know that Smart went the extra mile to put a tower in our village so that our villagers can get live streams on their TVs and they can get their kids doing their online classes. I want to say to Smart, thank you for making it possible for us to get internet in Gardenia Village. We really do appreciate it.
Smart continues to take the internet and mobile services to communities across Belize. Now save even more when you bundle your smart broadband with smart mobile services. Smart, bringing people together.
As one of the largest cable and internet providers in Belize, CBC strives to provide our customers with the highest standards of quality, value, and service in all aspects of cable TV and internet. Monitoring our systems closely, our technicians combine creative planning and state-of-the-art technology with years of experience and training to develop and provide the most reliable and advanced cable and internet service to exceed your expectations. For CBC and our team of talented engineers, technicians, and customer service representatives, delivering less than the very best is never an option.
Been drinking all night, feeling so high, better not drive.
Feeling so high, better not drive. Ain't gon' try. If you're drinking and driving, I'm not going with ya. If you're drinking and driving, I'm not going with ya. People die every day, I'm not going with ya. I'ma find my own way, I'm not going with ya. It's okay, I'll wait. Even good people make mistakes. I don't wanna realize when it's too late. Drinking and driving is never safe. If you're drinking and driving, I'm not going with ya. If you're drinking and driving, I'm not going with ya. Been drinking all night, feeling so high, better not drive, ain't gon' try. Been drinking all night, feeling so high, better not drive, ain't gon' try.
Dwayne Moody, Isani Cayetano, Andrea Polanco, Paul Lopez. Your News 5 Belize teams do whatever it takes, go wherever they need to go, so you can catch the story wherever you are, whenever you want, on whatever device. Channel 5 Belize on television, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, because news is now everywhere, all the time. And so are we.
If it continues the way it is going right now, you would be surprised to see what will happen in the next 10, 15 years. We might have nothing left. And you know what? The Guatemala and they could go back home. Where do we have to go? This is our home. We have nowhere to go. So we need some help.
And welcome back. We're moving into the final discussion for this morning. where we have joining us Houston Alvarez, who is a music artist, and he's here to share with us today about his new release, which particularly focuses on addressing gang violence, crime and violence, that is. Houston, good morning, and thank you for joining us.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, Miss Marlene and Mr. Brighton. I feel so good this morning.
I love your bow tie.
Thank you, thank you. How are you guys doing this morning?
Well, I'm trying to recover from some peppers.
And I'm ready to kickstart a Good Friday for today. Houston, let's start off by finding out more about you and how you got involved in music.
Like I mentioned, when I did my interview last, I think it was 3 years ago, at Open Your Eyes Morning Show. Music has been something that I've been interested in for the past, I would say, 9 years. I got more interested in it when my grandmother passed away. You know, I was not focused for a while, especially in school, but music helped me to recover from such tragedy and to help me become what I would say a better person, a better individual, to be more calm and understanding as an artist and also as a human being. So music has been with me for quite some number of years now.
Yeah. What inspired you to particularly make this release, this new music video that you put out in addressing crime and violence?
Honestly, this song was recorded about, I would say, 3 months, about, I would say 5 months ago.
Yeah.
It has been in the books for that long. It was recorded by Junior Mar, respect to Junior Mar. And I had no idea that I would eventually, after making this record, I had no idea that I would, what I would say, become a victim of police brutality. And you know, in our country, we see this violent, this violent rate going high most of the time. And I thought that as an artist, it was, or it is my duty to address such matters in a musical way.
Right.
I believe that this was something that I needed to get done, and I executed it very well, I believe. The fans are receiving it well, and the people of the country are receiving it well, although it has not reached the world as yet. But this song is something that I really spent a lot of time writing and recording. So it's something special to me.
No, one of the things I like about Punta music is just the rhythm and just the ability for one to free up with the vibe. I really like that about Punta music, and the message that's behind the lyrics that's incorporated into the release of the music that you created. Speak to us a bit about the message.
To me, I must first start by saying that a while back I decided that as an artist, much more a Punta rock artist, it is my duty to somewhat break this trend of the excuse me for the noise, but I believe that it is my duty as a young artist to break this trend of of vulgar music and what I would say, music with no meaning.
Yeah.
Than meaningful music. So I thought that looking on where our generation is going, there is a need for more messages, more meaningful messages within the lyrics and the content of the music that are being that are being put out there and released for the world. You know, so I said I will start off by releasing music where music that people can relate to and people can actually still have that groove and vibe, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it is Punta Rock, and Punta Rock's foundation is built on that groove and that vibe. So I needed that to be present still, but the lyrics and the content and the message needed to have a change and a twist. And I believe that as what I would say, the youngest Punta Rock artist in Belize, probably in the world, it is my duty to somewhat make that change. You know, I must say hats off to Super G for legends before him as well, who've really done a fair job in building the foundation for this music. And it is my duty to take up that torch and take it to higher levels and higher grounds. So I believe that doing this is the best way. I listen to a lot of Bob Marley, so most of his music comes with a message. Most of his songs comes with a message, and I want to be as iconic as he is. And I thought that would only be possible if I started like this.
Yeah. Now tell us, you know, Punta especially, while you can get some positive messages in there, it is about a rhythm that makes people want to dance.
Right.
Is that the aim you were going for, kind of getting positive messages even while people are enjoying themselves?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, that is what my mission and my goal is, and what my aim is. So, like I mentioned earlier, my Punta Rock is that music built on a groovy foundation. So to lose that foundation is straying away from Punta Rock. Now, what most people won't understand, and what they should understand, is that although that groovy foundation is present, the lyrics and the content of the music and the song is always able to change. And for me, releasing positive music is very important. Those who know me would tell you that I'm this guy that likes to wear, you know, the suit and the bow tie, and you know.
Yeah.
You would say,
you got your own style.
One style,
you got your own style.
They would say, hey, bragging. But that is not the case. I just believe that as an artist and as a Punta Rock artist, our music is pretty much behind the rest of genres. So I believe that carrying myself in such manner helps to really promote good vibes and represent goodness for our music and our culture.
I love that.
So that is the reason why I carry myself in such manner, and I take the time to really sit and write positive music, positive messages, so that the youth of this generation, youths like myself, can really sit and listen to a song that can inspire them and motivate them to not only stop the violence, but to to finish school, to work hard, make honest living, to be honest, and to spread love and appreciation for life.
Wow. I see your passion, and I think this is just the perfect time for us now to take a look at this song. So go ahead and introduce to our viewers your new music video.
Good morning to all the wonderful viewers of Open Your Eyes. Yours truly, Houston Alvarez, Punta Youth, QB, introducing to you my latest single and music video, Gun Violence / Love and Peace. Listen, watch the video, and don't forget to pay attention to the message. Here is the video.
And there you have it, the new music video. Definitely have the rhythm, the beat, the message, everything pat down.
Yeah. All right, Huston. Well, we are so grateful that you decided to tell us a bit more about your video and your new music coming out. How do people find you and follow you and know when you have new music out?
I have before I go to that, I must say I'm grateful for such opportunity to get my message and my vision out to more people and to a wider fan base, per se. So I'm grateful, and I must thank you, the staff and the two hosts at Open Your Eyes, for giving me such opportunity.
Yeah.
But to find me, for all my fans and people who may just be seeing me for the first time, to find me, you can go on YouTube at Houston Alvarez, where you can search QB or Punta Youth, and you will find a song from me, and you can click the page, the profile, and you will find right there it is.
Right.
Houston Alvarez.
Great.
That is the real QB and the animated QB.
All right, well, we wish you the best of luck, and thank you so much for sharing your music with us today.
Thank you as well, Ms. Marlene and Brighton.
All right.
Awesome.
We're going to go ahead and take that final break now. When we come back, we'll have our wrap-up, so stay tuned.
Good morning, sweetie. It's time for school.
Are you a teacher or public sector employee who is thinking of owning your new home? Get the keys to your new home with Belize Bank's all-inclusive mortgage, the best financing option in Belize for your new home purchase or construction. Inclusive of all mortgage-related fees, no down payment, affordable terms, amazingly low interest rates. Visit our nearest branch to speak to one of our financial advisors to discuss how you can be one step closer to owning your new home. Some conditions apply.
And there we have it. Just like that, Friday morning show is coming to an end.
That's right. It's been a fun Friday, and we do hope that you enjoyed our guests that we had lined up for today. From teaching you about the latest app that you can use or program that you can use to participate in polling and let people know what you think about different issues, the U Report, to Rafael Rodriguez, who is actually an artist in Belize who still is trying to make a living off doing paintings and murals. You can find him online and show your support.
And we also thank Xander Bennett and Fermentation Fridays for spicing up things a bit in studio and certainly making me shed a tear. And also to Houston Alvarez, who came to share with us this morning his new video to really and truly send out a very urgent message for us to be positive in our community and stop the crime and violence.
That's right. But that's all the time we have for today. If you'd like to contact us, send us an email at oye@channel5belize.com.
You can also connect with us at our Facebook at Open Your Eyes BZ.
And you can find us on Instagram at OYEBelieves. Remember to tune in on Monday morning at 6:30. Open your eyes.
And start your morning right.
Until then, keep your eyes, your mind,
and your heart open.
We'll see you soon. Enjoy your day.
Have a good one.
Listen, this is a serious topic. Now it's time to stop it. Crime and violence is hurting this world. We're in a real pandemic. Now poor people are panic. So let's help each other. Cause we need love and peace, protection and unity in Belize for everybody. We need love and peace, protection and unity in Belize for everybody. I'm talking to the young and the old. The killing never cease. We need some brighter days here in Belize. We are civilians and police. We need to live free. Start treating the people like real human beings. We need love and peace, protection and unity in Belize for everybody. We need love and peace, protection and unity in Belize for everybody. Watch how much you turn dead, too much blood they shed. Let's stop all the violence, invest in the youth instead. Yeah, I know that we can do it and make Belize a safer place for you and me. We need love and peace, protection and unity in Belize for everybody.
Open Your Eyes was brought to you by the Belize Bank. Our country, your bank.